Once there was a girl, Noor Mukadam. When we talk about murder and stuff, there are so many things that came to our mind, like when, how, and the most important thing is that why. 20th July 2021, it all started with the breaking news on every TV channel, on every social media, mainstream media, that the former diplomat's daughter found dead at the place of Zahir Jaffer. Zahir Jaffer was convicted of murdering 27-year-old girl Noor Mukadam. He tortured her, brutally raped her, and after that, he decapitated her head just because she said no. Let's talk about the victim, Noor Mukadam. Who was she? Actually, Noor Mukadam was 27-year-old girl and she was the daughter of former diplomat Shaukat Muqaddam. So Noor's father, Shaukat Muqaddam, previously served as Pakistan ambassador to South Korea and Kazakhstan. So she was from a very well-off family. On the other hand, the murderer, Zahir Jaffer, was king of all because he is from one of the richest family of Pakistan. So Zahir Jaffer is a US national and he belongs to a very prominent business family in Pakistan. Zahir Jaffer's parents were Zakir Jaffer and Asmat Adamji. So they both are big names. This case is a high profile case of Pakistan. So media was quite involved in this case. Media was active.
इस्लामाबाद में साबिक पाकिस्तानी सिफारतकार की बेटी का चांद रात को कत्ल हुआ.
How this case was reported. Actually, Zahir Jaffer itself is a CEO of a company and he was also associated with a mental health clinic called Therapy Works. It was said that that Therapy Work clinic belongs to Zakir Jaffer and Zakir Jaffer is the father of Zahir Jaffer. So basically, Zahir Jaffer's father called Therapy Works and he asked to check what is going inside Zahir Jaffer place. They went there and they saw through the window that he attempted a murder and he has a knife in his hand and there was a dead body and later that dead body was identified as Noor Mukaddam's dead body. When they opened the door and Zahir immediately attacked a member of that Therapy Work clinic. So it was said that Zahir was not in his senses at that time. Then they called police at the crime scene. So this psycho man used to help people with their mental issue, with their depression, anxiety and whatsoever. Now he himself committed a horrific crime which is totally impossible for a sane person. So what was the relationship between Noor Mukadam and Zahir Jaffer? Basically it's simple. They were in love, they were together and they were in live-in relationship as well. This relationship turned into a murder and after this horrific crime his bad temper was talk of the town. He had a really bad temper. He was drug addict. After this incident, an unknown person talked to police and he told them that he used to be the patient of Zahir Jaffer at the Therapy Work clinic. This man is totally insane and that Therapy Work clinic is actually not a clinic, it's a torture cell. They used to torture patients in the name of treatment, which is totally insane. Nobody questioned him because he is powerful. At that point, that person also claimed that at one point he was so scared of him that he jumped out of the window of that clinic to save his life. As you can see, this man is totally insane. Following this, it's also said that Zahir Jaffer had a history of violent outbursts and he was also deported from UK because he has charges of rape. So now moving back to the story, they were in love, but now somehow there was a gap of 2 months between Noor Mukadam and Zahir Jaffer. They were no talking, no chatting at all for like 2 months. After 2 months gap, Noor contacted Zahir and she texted him and after almost 4 minutes Zahir called her back according to the call records and they start chatting each other again. So 18 July 2021 around 9 o'clock in the morning, Noor texted Zahir, "Where are you?" And he replied, "I'm around Blue area." So Blue area is basically area in capital city Islamabad and she said that I wanna come home. Now the home she's talking about is the place they lived together while they were in living relationship. So around 10 o'clock in the morning, she arrived at Zahir Jaffer place almost 1.5 days before Noor murder. So according to the police resources, next day, 19 July, around 11 o'clock midnight, things begin to mess up and they start fighting and arguing each other. And the main reason of fight was that Zahir proposed her and she refused to marry him, and that's the point when he triggered. The one side of the story because the victim Noor Mukadam itself is not alive to tell us her side of the story or the full truth. Now get back to the story. Noor has told her parents that she's going Lahore, plus she will celebrate her Eid holidays there, and she's not in Lahore, she's in Islamabad and she's at Zahir Jaffer place. I don't know why did she lie to her parents, but at that point Noor mom and dad were continuously texting her that why you are going Lahore and it's not good that you are celebrating your Eid without us? Why you are celebrating your Eid in Lahore? Just come home and whatsoever. At that point, Zahir get furious. At night, Noor's father messaged her that send me your location, and she didn't reply. This is the point where she was captured and she was kind of in kidnap, and she was not allowed to use her phone as well. She was not texting her parents messages at all. Somehow she texted her mother. They were messaging her again and again. And it was said that was the last message from Noor, and her mother refused to tell that what was in message, and I just don't want to show this, it's private. Now another shocking thing was that this murderer Zahir Jaffer was continuously in contact with Noor's parents between 1 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. This is the time while she was captured inside a room, and this is the time while he was torturing her, and finally he committed murder and rape. After that, he just decapitated her head. It's not a normal murder like you hit somebody, you killed. It's that he killed, and after that he just decapitated her head as well. It's quite violent and psychotic as well. Zahir was also in contact with his own parents as well, and he also said that I have told my dad that I just wanted to marry her and she refused to marry me, and that after committing murder, the first person I've called is my father, and I've told him that I've committed murder, and he said that you just don't need to be panic at all, and I'll take care of it. I handle it. Look, this is Zakir's claim, but we don't know the whole story or what he said exactly. He was calling his parents again and again. It was shown in the call records that he called hundred of. At some point, Zahir and Noor friends came home and they asked him to let her go, but he didn't. After that, they did nothing. Never called Noor parents and they never called the police. They could do something, but they did nothing. Okay, then let's see the CCTV footage. In that CCTV footage, you can clearly see that she tried to escape from the window and she tried to save her life, but her two servants didn't open the door. After some time, Zahir came down and he grabbed her from her neck and dragged her inside again. Nobody helped her. That guard could save her life, but he didn't. So have a look at the CCTV footage. During investigation, it also came out that Zahir also disclosed this crime to his mother as well, and her mother was in continuous contact with the chief of a security. They were using their contacts. Now it seems that they're perfectly planning to hide their son's crime by using their contacts. Almost every day new updates were coming. People were curious and to know what will happen next, what court will decide. Because he is a privileged criminal, and we also seen that so many privileged people could get away all these things very easily, and his parents were using their best contact to help him. People almost believe that he will ultimately get out of it because he's rich. He can buy anything from money, even people as well. But I salute to the police and the court for doing justice for Noor and Noor family. After the trial of 7 months, justice won, and Zahir Jaffer, the prime suspect, was convicted with Noor Mukadam murder, rape and kidnap. On 24th February 2022 in Islamabad, a district and the session court in Islamabad on Thursday sentenced the prime accused Zahir Jaffer to death in the high-profile case of Noor Mukadam.
कि हमें इंसाफ की उम्मीद है और आज हमने देखा कि अदालत से इंसाफ मिला है। नूर मुकद्दम कत्ल केस 2 रोज कबल जो फैसला महफूज किया गया था वो सुनाया गया है। ज़ाहिर जाफर को सजाए मौत सुना दी गई।
Now he is in jail waiting for his death penalty. Zahir Jaffer's servants whom helped him in this crime were also in jail. Zahir Jaffer and Asmat Ajamji is out. Tell me your comments in the comment section. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.